This is ABC 7 News at 6.
Good evening, everyone, and thanks for joining us. I'm Peter Dubois.
And I'm Beth Jones. First tonight, authorities have recovered the body of a diver in Calais this afternoon. Executive Petty Officer Sean Regan with the U.S. Coast Guard Eastport Station says they received a call around 1 p.m. reporting a diver had gone underwater for more than 1 minute without resurfacing.
According to the Department of Marine Resources, the body of 54-year-old John Morris of Cape Charles, Virginia, was recovered around 2:45 p.m. today from the St. Croix River near St. Croix Island. They say Morris did not have dive tanks and did not resurface after diving to a depth of 18 feet. Other divers with him, who also did not have dive tanks, tried to locate him but couldn't. They ultimately contacted another nearby diver who did have dive tanks, and that individual was able to locate and retrieve Morris's body. His body was taken to the medical examiner's office in Augusta for an autopsy. The U.S. Coast Guard is conducting a preliminary investigation into this incident.
Well, algae blooms that carry a potentially lethal toxin are creating a potentially dangerous situation for some of Maine's lakes and ponds. Our Matthew Jurancic has the story.
With all the warm weather we've had, it's allowed us to spend time at the lakes here as well as spend time with friends. However, it's also created something else, algae blooming.
It is somewhat of an emerging issue worldwide.
This comes from Maine Department of Environmental Protection Lake Assessment Leader Linda Bacon, as we are seeing an increase in the amount of warm days. According to the National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration, winter temperatures in the state have been increasing twice as fast as summer temperatures. Bacon explains that climate change is one factor that plays into the problem.
All of a sudden, we're experiencing conditions that were probably experienced by states a good 1,000 miles south of us.
She says the main issue that causes algae to bloom is the amount of nutrients a lake has.
Phosphorus is the nutrient that limits the amount of growth that you'll get, algal growth that you will get in a lake system. So the more phosphorus in the water, the more likely you are to have algae.
Once it blooms, the algae can cause cyanobacteria that, if ingested, can cause illness and death to people, livestock, or pets. And this is something that is continually studied.
There's so much uncertainty, so much that's not known about what causes the toxin production at this stage in the game. We tell people to avoid those areas. Don't let small children play in that water. Don't let pets or livestock drink out of that water.
Bacon says to refer to the Maine Department of Environmental Protection's website should anyone have any more questions.
There are links in various pages to a map that shows the lakes. Will give people an idea of the risk involved.
Matthew Jurancic, ABC 7 and Fox 22.
The Bar Harbor Town Council has decided to cut down on cruise ship traffic. There can be no more than 3 cruise ships a day under the plan approved by the council. It also puts a daily passenger cap of 3,800 in May, June, September, and October. The daily passenger cap for July and August is 3,500. The limits do have the backing of the cruise line industry. Town Councilor Matthew Hockman says the plan protects the town in a lot of ways.
It may not be the drastic reduction that some people want, but it's a beginning. It's a starting place to see how these reductions work. It's something that the industry has agreed to, so we're not worried about, okay, well, we're voting to put this in place, and the industry is going to hate it and challenge us. They've worked with us on this.
A citizens initiative that calls for a cap of no more than 1,000 cruise ship passengers a day is set to go before Bar Harbor voters in November.
Meanwhile, Mount Desert Island Hospital broke ground for a new building today. The Kogod Center for Medical Education will provide housing and learning space for students and residents from various medical programs that do rotations at the hospital in Bar Harbor.
Often they're doing their training in urban centers and medical universities, and this is a very unique experience of what it's like to take care of rural parts of the United States. And of course, to do it in Bar Harbor is an extra boost.
Well, McGuire says the building is being built with the latest green technology, so it will have a climate-neutral footprint. It will take a year to build, and she says this is the first step in a major expansion plan for the hospital in the next few years. It will include improved access and a total renovation and expansion of the emergency department, as well as the surgical suite.
Residents of Southwest Harbor will decide if they want to spend additional funds for a project to improve Main Street. The town is working on plans to build sidewalks there. When it was put out to bid, they came back higher than expected and left a budget gap for the project. Voters will need to decide if they want to spend an additional $802,729. Without the additional funds, the bid cannot be awarded to the contractor. The special town meeting will be held September 1st at 6 p.m. at the Southwest Harbor Fire Station.
Well, Senators Susan Collins and Angus King have joined a bipartisan push for the IRS to clear backlogs and resolve customer service issues. 93 members of Congress have sent a letter to the IRS commissioner urging the agency to eliminate ongoing processing delays, improve customer service, and extend the suspension of automated notices and collections, among other things. Now, in a Senate Finance Committee hearing last April, the IRS commissioner estimated the agency would return to a, quote, healthy state by the end of 2022 and expected to hire 10,000 customer service representatives between this year and next. According to the National Taxpayers Advocate, the paper backlog has actually increased, and the group also says the IRS has left 4 out of 5 phone calls it receives unanswered.
The Ellsworth Historical Society has received a grant to help repair the old Hancock County Jail. The old Hancock County Sheriff's Home and Jail is a brick building that was built in 1886. It's listed on the National Register of Historic Places, and officials say it represents the history of both the county and the community. The brick exterior started falling apart years ago, however, and the Maine Community Foundation has awarded the Ellsworth Historical Society $20,000 from the Belvedere Historic Preservation and Energy Efficiency 2022 grant program. It will be combined with $200,000 from another grant awarded in April to restore the exterior of the historic jail. The old jail has been a museum and home to the Historical Society since 1979. A great opportunity to preserve history there.
It's going to be interesting to walk into those older buildings. You really just get a sense of how long they've been there and
right.
how steeped in history and how old the communities in Maine are.
Right.
There's just so much to explore and to understand about how far we've come.
Absolutely, and how life has changed too, seeing the designs of some of these buildings as well.
All right, well, taking a look outside, let's get a first check of our forecast and see what's coming our way.
Thank you so much, Beth and Peter. And our first weather today is brought to you by Saliba's Rug Cleaners, Maine's largest rug cleaning destination for over 70 years. So it was raining out there earlier today. Maybe not the nicest outdoor type of weather day today, but lots of showers are lingering across our state and mostly across our state. Not a lot is left across the Northeast, just a little bit west of Quebec, but most of this is scattered and on the lighter end. Temperatures, though, earlier today were well below average. Our average is closer to 80 degrees, so no one really reached the 70s today as we were hovering around 69 in Bangor. A bit cooler by the coast, Bar Harbor coming in at 64 degrees, so a bit cooler today. Hopefully you guys had your sweaters out there and stayed warm. Later on tonight, though, we'll continue to cool off into the upper 50s. Beth and Peter?
Not even sure I could look at a sweater with how hot it's been lately.
Yeah, seriously. It was nice to get a little cool down, though.
It was. And coming up on ABC 7 News at 6, how the Levant Fire Department is hoping to secure funding for new equipment.
And Dakin Pool in Bangor is reopening this weekend through next week. We'll have those stories and much more as ABC 7 News at 6 continues.
When it comes to finding the right health insurance for your small business, it can feel like you're the only one looking out for the well-being of your team. But when you partner with a nonprofit health insurer who not only understands your needs as a business owner, but puts your people over their profits, it allows your business to keep doing what it does best. With a team who can take comfort in knowing they're cared for, people over profits. Now that's a novel idea. Get a quote from your broker or visit healthoptions.org.
Why do thousands of customers take the drive to Newport for all their shoes? Because Comfort Shoes & More has the styles you want, and they also have trained podorthists on staff to help you with all your footwear and arch-support issues. We provide free foot evaluations by people who care about fitting you with the most comfortable shoes you will ever own. We have shoes in stock up to 6E and size 17, from safety shoes and boots, running, walking, casual or dress. We have it all at Comfort Shoes & More, 19 Moosehead Trail in Newport, across from Irving.
Wherever you are, whether you're ready or not, it's coming. With a purpose, with persistence, with the power to change the way you live. So you don't have to change the way you live. Generac automatic standby generators. Control your power, control your life. Visit Generac.com.
Hey, it's Eric from Green Bear 420. We've been in business since 2010 and going strong, so stop in and check us out. We specialize in glass art by over 100 local artists and even have live glass blowing. Plus, we carry incense, novelties, t-shirts, and hard-to-find items. We have tons of local products for the tie-dye wearing person in your circle of friends. Come see us at 531 Moosehead Trail in Newport. And remember, Green Bear 420, it's not just a store, it's a lifestyle.
There's one number you need to know. It's called Joe.
Welcome back, everybody. The Levant Fire Department is hoping the public will vote in favor of funding for new equipment. This November, the town of Levant will have the opportunity to vote on a bill proposing more department funding. And if granted the funds, the money will go towards replacing their lead engine as well as their rescue truck. According to the station's volunteers, the updates are long overdue as their current lead engine is around 14 years old. Fire Chief Eric Strout spoke of the importance of replacing the aging vehicles.
This community has been absolutely tremendous in the support. We have some of the best equipment around. It's just starting to get older, and we have some of the best trained firefighters in our community that I could ever ask for. But we know that to progressively stay that way, we've got to be replacing and looking at what is the future for our department so that we're here 5 or 10 years with the same staffing that we have.
With the vote approaching in November, Strout says the department will start pushing their plans more publicly in the upcoming months to educate the town on what exactly they need.
Bangor Parks and Recreation is reopening one pool in exchange for the closure of another. The Beth Pankow pool on the west side of Bangor will be open for the last day of the season tomorrow, and the Dakin pool on the east side of the town will be reopened on Saturday and stay open with limited hours until next Friday. Bangor Parks and Recreation Director Tracy Willett explains why this dilemma has been worse this year.
Typically, we end up closing pools about this time each year anyway because of availability. This year, we had a few lifeguards that had some interest in staying an extra week, which was just enough to allow us to open the Dakin pool for an extended week. Not enough to open both pools for sure, and not enough to have Pankow open. The timing isn't necessarily unique to this summer, but certainly the shortage of lifeguards has been. We encourage anyone who's interested in being a lifeguard through the fall, winter, and spring to get into a lifeguarding course.
Dakin pool requires a smaller staff and will be able to reopen between the 20th and 26th during the hours of 1 p.m. to 4:30 p.m. and then 6 to 7:30 p.m. between August 22nd and 26th. And still to come on ABC 7 News at 6, Champion the Cure Challenge is back, and many races are kicking off this weekend at the Lafayette Family Cancer Institute in Brewer.
And in sports, Orono boys soccer is hoping to return to the regional finals despite losing 11 seniors from 2021. We'll have that story right after the break.
Come on down! Come on down! Come on down. You're the next contestant on The Price is Right.
I'll take The Price is Right instant ticket, please.
Play The Price is Right instant ticket from the main lottery today. Win up to $250,000 instantly. Or enter for your chance to win a trip to Las Vegas for a chance to win up to $50 million in the Come On Down Challenge. Come on down.
Al, did you make that call?
Honey, we already have Medicare. Why do I need to call?
Alan, the Feldman said we may be able to get additional benefits with a Medicare Advantage plan right here in our zip code with $0 monthly premiums.
Honey, what do you mean additional benefits? We turned 65, we got Medicare. That's all there is to it, right?
I'm talking about Medicare Part C, commonly called Medicare Advantage. We have traditional Medicare, which is only Medicare Parts A and B, but not Part C.
Wait. So not everyone on Medicare is a Part C plan?
No, that's why we need to call, because there may be plans available with additional benefits that aren't covered under Medicare Parts A and B. We don't have a Medicare Part C plan which covers everything in Part A and Part B plus extra benefits in Medicare Part C.
What kind of extra benefits?
There are great plans that may be available with extra benefits like dental, vision, and hearing.
Did you say dental?
Yes, dental. Medicare Part C plans could include dental benefits that help cover routine dental exams and teeth cleanings, plus dental x-rays, fillings, gum disease treatment, and dentures.
We need that. I'm calling.
If you don't have a Medicare Part C plan, call now because there may be plans with additional benefits available that are simply not covered under Medicare Parts A and B, like routine dental coverage. If you're on Medicare, you can call even if you called last year. We will check to see if there is a Part C plan available in your area with additional benefits. You don't get a plan with additional benefits automatically. If you're losing coverage, moving, or new to Medicare, call to speak with a licensed insurance agent. Remember, you don't get Medicare Part C benefits automatically. Call now for your free 2022 no-obligation Medicare benefits review. Call 800-413-8094. 800-413-8094.
Tonight's Sports is brought to you by Engstrom's Auto Service in Guilford. We specialize in all foreign and domestic service and alignments.
Welcome back, everyone. Orono boys soccer is vying to return to the Class C North Finals, but they'll have a little more of an uphill battle after losing a chunk of seniors from 2021. Tyler Cruz has the preview.
Soccer's an all-weather sport. Lightning is the only thing that'll keep us down. Otherwise, we'll play.
It is pouring rain and about 60 degrees in northern Maine on Wednesday and Thursday, but up in Orono, that just means one thing. It's soccer weather.
The excitement is twice as more when there is rain in it.
We're all out here. We're all soaking wet. I don't think there's a guy who's not here right now, which really shows how much heart our team's got.
We actually talked this morning after our first session and gave the boys an opportunity. Hey, do you want to practice? It's going to be rainy and windy, and nobody said no.
Orono has had an interesting last couple of years. They were perfect in 2020, but there were no state or regional tournaments. In 2021, they were unbeaten again. That is, until they met Fort Kent in the Class C North Finals.
That was a big one. That was a heartbreaker to lose in that one because, it was such a run for the last 2 years, and we were really looking at it. We could have had it.
Leaving them with a little extra fire heading into 2022.
Last year's championship game still sting a little bit?
Of course it does, but it's always this year, so use it as motivation to come back. We're going to win it this year.
And even though the Red Riots are losing 11 seniors and a lot of great leaders, they have not lowered their standards one bit.
A large and talented senior class graduating from last year means a lot of new faces on the field, but those faces don't lack experience.
Expectations are always high, so yeah.
Many of them, they are working through the summer with other clubs, etc. And the knowledge of the sport is there. And the expectations, therefore, are always high.
Plus, the words and actions from last year's seniors are what is helping this new group of upperclassmen become role models of their own.
We really have to keep tradition and everything, and that's very important to our team. So we're going to follow in our seniors, our past alumni footsteps.
That leadership-wise, where they pushed us to the points where we needed to be a championship team, I think that really rubbed off on the rest of us for the last couple of years, and we're moving that on to the next generation of guys coming up.
Reporting from Orono, I'm Tyler Cruz, ABC 7, Fox 22 Sports.
That's toughness right there from Orono Soccer. But also, I got to give credit to Tyler Cruz. He is out there in the pouring rain, shooting a stand-up under the tree. That is true grit right there. So, Tyler, thank you for that, and best of luck to the Red Rides going forward. The regular season is fast approaching for all sports, though, and that includes football. This year, the NBA has made some adjustments to the schedule that'll see Maine schools playing out of state for the very first time. On September 2nd, the Bonnie Eagle Scots will make history, becoming the first Maine football school in the modern era to host a team outside of Maine. Now, it's an experience that most Class A schools will have this season, and it's the Scots who lead the way with their Week 1 battle hosting Merrimack, New Hampshire in Standish. For now, Bonnie Eagle is at work down in Winslow for their annual preseason camp as they get ready to represent Maine high school football across state lines.
We're very excited to be part of that. I think it's a great thing. We've been wanting to play an out-of-state team for a number of years, and it's finally going to happen. So we're looking forward to representing both our school and our state really well in that game.
Playing someone out of state is definitely new. I've never played a real 11-on-11 football game against someone out of state. I think it's a good opportunity for us. We're really going to compete out there against them.
So again, kickoff is September 2nd and September 3rd, depending on what school you are. And let's transition now to some hockey. Since leaving Maine hockey back in 2021, defenseman J.D. Greenway has bounced between the Providence Bruins and Maine Mariners, and he'll get another shot with the Bees this year. Boston has reportedly signed Greenway to a professional tryout, according to Cap Friendly. That extends an invitation for the former Black Bear to participate in training camp this year. Greenway played 16 games in the AHL and 26 in Portland, totaling 7 assists on the year. Bruins training camp is set to begin in mid-September. All right, that's sports. Here's Conrad Sapinski with your full 5-day forecast. Conrad?
Thank you so much, Dave, and hopefully you had your umbrellas out there today as we had some showers across the area, and not a big rainmaker. It does look scattered at the moment, pretty much hovering across our states as indicated here in the green. A bit more of rain showers just west of Quebec, but in general, most of this is very light and it continues to dissipate. So it's going to continue to die off and really move out of the area. So we finally clear up by tomorrow. And get ready, the weather is going to look really nice the next couple of days. I know the last 2 days, yesterday and today, was not the warmest day. I even had my sweater out as we were a little bit on the cooler end. But that rain is going to start to finally move out of the area, as our radar here indicates that we might get just probably around a trace of an inch of rain. Doesn't look like a big rainmaker left of this low pressure system, which is a really good sign for us. Those dew points are also a little bit on the muggy end right now, but they will continue to go down into the comfortable region by Friday into Saturday, and then by Sunday into Monday, it starts to rise. So as more chances of showers and thunderstorms roll in, that muggy meter climbs, which means we will feel a little bit more muggy. So enjoy the next couple of days as the dew points are going to be a little bit on the lower end, so it's going to feel a lot more comfortable. But today, it was really chilly. We had temperatures not quite reaching 70 degrees as a high earlier in Bangor, 65 in Bar Harbor, so it was a little bit cooler all across the state today. Our average high is supposed to be closer to 80 degrees, so we're over 10 degrees below our average. So yesterday and today just weren't those days. A little bit cooler. Hopefully you guys had maybe a sweater or a long sleeve shirt to stay warm. But look what happens by Friday into Saturday. Bring out the sunscreen. Hide those sweaters and really get ready for the heat, because the temperatures are going to really warm up close to 90 degrees by the weekend. So I know it's the weekend. We want nice weather, and we'll get some nice weather and really hot temperatures at that. Wind speeds aren't a big deal right now, blowing at a 10 to 15 mile per hour wind speed. So it is a bit breezy closer to the coast, with Rockland coming in with a 15 mile per hour wind, 8 miles an hour in Bar Harbor. A lot lighter winds here in Bangor, as we only have a 5 mile per hour sustained wind. So not a big issue for us here in Bangor. Tonight, though, we'll have temperatures hovering close to 60 degrees with small chances of showers, especially early on overnight. And then we're going to have some dense fog with some cloudy skies later on in the overnight hours. Tomorrow, beautiful weather as we continue to have some partly cloudy skies and temperatures in the 80s. So get ready, bring out that sunscreen, as our extended forecast outlook does show even warmer temperatures by Saturday and nice weather sticking around through the weekend before more chances of showers by Monday. Beth?
I guess it's a good thing there's at least one pool open in Bangor.
Seriously,
Yeah.
they might need it this weekend. It sounds like it'll be a popular destination.
Indeed. All right, well, there is still more to come. Stay with us.
Jamar Construction Products in Bangor continues to grow to meet our customers' needs, supplying products for site work contractors, concrete contractors, and survey and safety supplies. We are proud to be the local dealer for Hilti, Valley Blades, U.S. Fabrics, and Euclid Chemical, plus so much more. Stop by and see us at 1270 Hammond Street or give us a call at 907-4491. If you dig it, pour it, plow it, fasten it, lay it, or lift it, Jamar Construction Products can help you.
Inflation, a broken supply chain, and high gas prices. Mainers everywhere are facing tough decisions about rising costs. Growing up as part of a small family business in Leeds, I learned what a struggling economy does to small businesses, jobs, and to working class people. And serving as a Marine in Afghanistan and Iraq taught me to stand strong for what's right in the face of adversity. I'm Jared Golden, and that's why in Congress, I'm an independent voice for you, taking on my own party to stand up for Maine families. I was the only Democrat to vote against trillions of dollars of President Biden's agenda because I knew it would make inflation worse. I've stood with law enforcement against defunding the police. I support cutting the gas tax and increasing domestic oil production. I'm working to lower prescription drug costs and standing firm against any cuts to Social Security and Medicare. I'll always be an independent fighter for you. I'm Jared Golden, and this is my family. I approve this message because when it comes to doing what's right for your family, I'll never back down.
For the best selection in classic and contemporary furnishings, stop by Richard Parks Furniture on High Street in Ellsworth. Handcrafted New England-made bedrooms and dining rooms, imported Scandinavian recliners and upholstery, more than 40 lines of furniture for the home and patio. Richard Parks Furniture is your #1 stop for quality, functionality, and well-designed furniture at affordable prices. Richard Parks Furniture.
Discover Richard Parks.
132 High Street in Ellsworth.
Discover Richard.
We're here today to set the record straight about Dupuytren's contracture. Surgery is not your only treatment option.
People may think their contracture has to be severe to be treated, but it doesn't.
Visit findahandspecialist.com today to get started.
Tonight, the former vice president weighs in on the Mar-a-Lago search fallout.
These attacks on the FBI must stop.
The unprecedented threats to agents. Will it help? More Americans turn to world news tonight with David Muir, the most watched program on all of television.
Hudson University's Gracie Theater is ready to open up for its 11th season with a star-studded lineup, headlined by legendary folk singer Tom Rush, comedian Ray Harrington, and the classic rock orchestra. Managing artistic director Jerry Misler says this year's season is going to hit home for many due to the variety of Maine-based artists scheduled to perform. Misler says she expects this season will be the best season the Gracie Theater has ever had.
Things are going really well so far. We have a really robust season with something for every generation of music lovers. We have theater, we have classical music, we have rock music, we have rock stars, and it's going to be a lot of fun.
Gracie Theater is offering a You Pick 4 option where guests can choose 4 shows at a special discounted rate. The season kicks off September 10th and runs until April 2nd of next year.
And finally tonight, Champion the Cure Challenge is back, and many races are kicking off this weekend at the Lafayette Family Cancer Institute in Brewer. The event is one of the area's largest cancer fundraisers. This year, the group has a goal of hitting $1 million for the first time ever. Champion the Cure runs until September 30th, and this weekend there are 3 major ways you can participate. You can run, walk, or cycle. Each day offers a different race, ranging from 1 to 10 kilometers, and cycling races will range from 12 to 100 miles. Every dollar donated stays in Maine to support treatment and research at Northern Light Cancer Care and Northern Light Eastern Maine Medical Center.
It brings tears to my eyes to see people embrace this event and this cause. So many of us have had cancer touch our lives, whether it's directly that we've had it, a parent's had it, a spouse has had it, some other family member or a friend at work. We've all been touched by it. And to me, it continues to remind me of why we do what we do.
To date, the challenge has raised just over $500,000. One person has anonymously donated $250,000 and has also pledged to match every dollar up to $250,000 until September 30th. A portion of this year's proceeds will go towards a new linear accelerator, which is a machine used to provide patients with radiation oncology. For a full schedule and ways you can donate and participate throughout the challenge, you can check out northernlight.org. And here's hoping they reach that $1 million goal.
I hope they just blow it right out of the water, that this year sets records and they get, a huge benefit for that very, very worthy cause. So many people affected by cancer.
Absolutely.
All right, well, that's going to do it for us, folks. From everybody here at ABC7, take care and have a great night.